Hey Gemini, welcome to this space. Welcome to February. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm just checking my time, making sure I'm making good time. All right, Gemini, this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign. So this is all three placements. Definitely check this if this is your rising sign or your moon sign, because that is an aspect of your personality that rings true to who you are as a person. Okay. Your sun sign also is about who you are, but it speaks more to like the cover of, your book cover, I guess, and how people perceive you. But your rising and your moon sign is a lot about who you really are. Okay. As well as other aspects of your chart. Okay. But they all play a huge role in who you are, your sun, moon, and your rising signs. But yeah, if you're a Gemini sun sign and you're watching this and it resonates, great. If not, that's great. That's great as well. There's so many other messages out there, okay, for you guys to take heed to or not take heed to. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay. We are going to talk about your life purpose, or at least the umbrella or the grand scale of your purposes and the lessons that you are learning along the way, and lessons that you have learned, lessons that you still have yet to learn and understand. Okay, life purpose is such a I guess it's just, I guess, a more simpler term for a lot of life's occurrences that has been placed in front of you, to help you grow and improve. But some of those life lessons and occurrences we don't necessarily take heed to, because either we're blind to it completely, or we just don't want to see it because it's too painful to look at straight on, right? So it all depends. I don't necessarily believe in, people just being put on this planet and they can't help. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. I believe that everything in life is based on choice. It's based on your choice. It's based on what you choose, you know. So there can be a soulmate or multiple soulmates that the the gods and the divine beings meant for you to meet and meant for you to be with for your entire lifetime. But it's up to you to decide whether you actually want to be with those people or not, right? So not all soulmates are meant to last, okay, in every lifetime. There are some soulmates that you meet them in your life because that their soul wanted to meet you and your soul wanted to meet them. But as far as it actually lasting, you know that's completely up to you and that person. Some of you Gemini, maybe you have a career path that your spiritual team or your ancestors had meant for you to accomplish or to meet certain goals within that career. You probably just never did because maybe you're just blinded to certain things, or maybe you're just like, oh, that's not really for me, I don't want that. It's all about choice. Okay, I don't believe that we're put down here and you're just meant to do this, you're meant to do that. There's different things that our spirit guides mean for us to do, but they're not going to force us to do it. They're just going to give us guidelines and say, hey, maybe you should take advantage of this. And it's up to us to be like, yeah, maybe I should, or no, thanks. Yeah, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, everything that you experience in life, Gemini, a lot of it is by choice. And if not all of it, and if there are certain things in your life where you feel like, well, I didn't choose to, suffer this or suffer that, I didn't choose to be hurt by this person. Well, a lot of the times the signs are there. Someone is going to hurt you. The signs are there. You just don't see them. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. I believe in living with awareness, being conscious of the energies surrounding us on a day to day basis. But that is why I'm a witch, and that is why I'm a spiritual practitioner, um, because those are things that I focus on a day to day basis. I pay attention to everyone's energy and determine whether that relationship is going to help me grow and thrive or not. And that takes time, right? So you may end up getting in a relationship with somebody or getting a job where You thought it was going to work out and then it didn't. So if there's ever a point in time, in your life, Gemini, where you just kind of felt like, I don't have any control over this, you know, why did this person hurt me? Why does this pattern keep on happening in my life? It's because there's something that you're not seeing, and you have the power to stop that pattern from replaying. So just understand there's a lot of control that we have in our lifetimes, okay? There's a lot of control we have in this life. So let's go ahead and see the grand scale of your purpose or why you're down here, Gemini. Interesting. You got the same card that Aries had. Very interesting, Gemini. You got the hummingbird. So some of you guys, this actually might speak about family, relationships that you hold near and dear to your heart. Okay. That's just a symbolism of the hummingbird as I know it, as I see it. Whenever I see a hummingbird, that is what resonates with my life is very positive influences and opportunities within family relationships or within your home. So that's very beautiful to see, Gemini. So in this particular lifetime or within your soul's path right now, just in your life in general, from now into the future, and the things that you may have been faced with in your past, your home life, your family, and those that you consider to be your community as far as feeling at home with people. Um, it's really important for you to be picky and choosy. I feel like you guys kind of already are um, kind of picky and choosy, which is a good thing with who you consider home. Um, there's a lot of great opportunities in this life that you may have that may have occurred or experiences that you have had the pleasure of living within, or wherever you dwell in your relationships, wherever your heart dwells, there are people there who are going to nurture you and love you, whether you see that or not. So some of you guys may not see that there are people in your life that you can find safety and refuge in or with, and there may be some relationship that you just skip over because you're just either you're not sure or you just are oblivious to it and you just don't know. You're just like, it doesn't matter. Moving on, but there may be someone right in front of you that's been sent to you to show you your beauty. Just like I told Aries, you guys are the life of the party. You might have Aries in your chart, so that's why this message rings true, like Aries, if it does ring true. But you're like the life of the party, like I was telling Aries, Gemini. Very positive. You're just kind of meant to just spread happiness, like this card says, spread the miracle of happiness. You're just meant to share how beautiful you are so that others can also see their beauty as well. This is not about, just showing off and, being the life of the party just so you can show off. And, that's fine, respectfully, but this is not like a self-centered type of attitude. This is the card is giving me like, I'm sharing my beauty with the world because I want people to realize that there's beauty in the world. It's not all bad. And I think that's honorable, Gemini, for those of you who see it that way. But if there are those of you who are struggling with your self image or feeling like outside confirmation or gratification is what you need, and this is why you show off or why you show yourself, is because you're looking for some type of social confirmation that you're worth something, then that is what needs to be addressed and healed, and you need to heal that energy. Um, like hummingbirds, they're very beautiful creatures when you really look closely, right? But sometimes you'll miss a hummingbird. They're so small, right? But you can hear the buzzing of their wings. You know that they're nearby. right? But sometimes you have to slow down to really see how shiny and colorful their wings are, right? They look like little like big flies, or like they're little, they're tiny creatures, but they're very beautiful, right? And you might be like a hummingbird where you just zip back and forth, between relationships, or you've been zipping back and forth, between different opportunities, and that's just who you are. You're just, you're like a social butterfly, Gemini. And maybe some people maybe they just kind of have a hard time in a relationship with you because you don't really like being held down. You like being able, and even if you are in a relationship, in a committed relationship where you have very close friendships, those relationships need to respect that you need to be able to be a social butterfly or a hummingbird. You just kind of go between flowers. You see, maybe there are those of you in this life, or just as a personality, you see people as flowers, or there are certain people in your life where you are like, oh, that's a very pretty flower, or they're a very pretty person, or they have a very pretty personality or energy, and I want to indulge, or I want to contribute to that, or I want to be a part of that, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. um, like, you kind of just want to be a part of everyone's party, you know what I mean? And I think that that's a beautiful thing. You move very fast, Gemini, but there may be some people who take you for being oblivious and being aloof, and they take that as a weakness. They take that as something to judge you. But what I'm seeing here at the bottom of the deck, you have the fox, okay? And it says clever, and it says you are swift and smart. Like I said, you're very swift. You move between different opportunities and between different relationships very quickly. And there may be some people who feel abandoned in some way in your life because you, maybe deep down inside you, maybe you really do love these people, but you're like a free spirit. You just like being able to go wherever you want to go, right? You get along with a lot of people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are close friends with those people, right? Some people may mistake in your kindness for you just being available all the time, and that's not the case. Okay. I don't really know air signs to be that way, where they're just available to maybe Aquarius, I don't know, but like, they're just, you guys are just available. No, I don't think that you're just available to everybody. You don't mind being available, but you also need your freedom. And I think in this life, you need to learn that freedom is important to you, but at the same time, make sure that the people that are closest to you and who you love know that. Make sure they know that, because you're still a part of a community, right? And you need to understand that even hummingbirds, even though they go from flower to flower, you know in some ways they're still contributing to the ecosystem, right? They may look like they're taking from the flowers, but they're actually contributing to the environment. Without hummingbirds, we would be in a world of hurt, just like bees, right? They're contributing to the ecosystem. They're not just taking, they're giving. You know what I mean? So understand that you being a miracle is also contributing to other people seeing that they're a miracle as well. That they can be the life of the party too, you know? And in order for people to be in a relationship with you and for you to be happy in your relationship, Gemini, you need to have the freedom to go wherever you want, right? Go wherever you want. You're a free spirit, okay? And your relationships should respect that in this lifetime. So if you are in relationships that are not respecting your freedom or respecting your need for freedom, those are relationships that you're going to feel very unhappy in. So if you find yourself in a family, you were born into a family where you just weren't allowed to do a lot of things, you weren't allowed to explore, right? Whatever you were exploring, even if, it came from a place where maybe your parents were just very protective of you because maybe you were very, very travel-y, you know what I mean? You just like traveling to different people, different relationships, different people, places, and things. Maybe you experimented with certain things. I don't know, but it's, there you may come from a family where they were not all of you, some of you. Maybe some of you guys just come from a family where, you weren't really allowed to do a lot of things. Well, now I'm telling you now, be free. But at the same time, practice awareness and be respectful of the relationships that you hold near and dear to your heart. Don't just go out and frolic without making sure your closest relationships understand that you care, you know. But remember, there may be some people that may take you for being an aloof person or that you're not paying attention. You may have some relationships, that you need to stop and really realize, okay, this person is not honest and they think that I'm not paying attention to what they're doing. Some people may be acting like you don't have intuition or that you lack critical thinking or a sense of awareness. But I have a feeling that some of you, Gemini, you pay very close attention. Just like these hummingbirds, they may move fast, but they know where they're going. They know which flower to go to, right? They can tell what is a predator, or what's danger and what's not. Okay. So there are some of you guys, there may be people surrounding you since you were born, or, throughout different relationships, where you may have not realized that, whoa, this person was actually an enemy the whole time because you were so busy, right? Or you were just being yourself, and somebody may have thought like, oh, I can get away with this, I can get away with that. Gemini's not going to care. They're not going to, pay attention to that, but you do. There may be some people that are jealous of you because they feel like, you're just the life of the party, you're popular, whatever they're thinking about. And they may be having some negative thoughts towards you. Those are intentions. Thoughts are intentions. So be careful within your relationships because you may have enemies in your midst, okay? That you might be paying attention to, but not doing anything about it. You may need to make something very clear to some people, or you just need to distance yourself from some people and stop talking to them, okay? You need to put somebody in their place and help them understand, like, excuse my language, just don't fuck with me, right? Don't, I see what you're doing. Or you may need to sit with somebody and say, hey, I just kind of noticed this, you know, kind of just want to understand like what's going on. You know what I mean? It's okay to have a respectful relationship with someone that you don't really trust, and just kind of help them respectfully understand that you see what's going on. You see what they're trying to do. Okay. Um, so just because you move fast and swiftly, you're still brilliant, Gemini. Okay. So some people may take your swiftness for aloofness. Okay. People may think that you have a lack of commitment, whatever. Maybe you do. Maybe you're only committed to yourself and committed to your happiness and your healing right now. And that's what you need to be focused on in this lifetime is your healing and your happiness. And any relationship that you want to commit to, again, in this lifetime, the relationships that you find yourself, or not even find yourself, the relationship that you choose, they have to understand your need for travel or your need for freedom and independence. Now, I'm not saying that, if you're in a marriage and you and your partner have agreed that, you guys are for each other and no one else, make sure that you're honoring that for those of you who believe in having a relationship with one person, okay, and committing to that one person. So as you're traveling and doing your own thing, make sure that your partner, make sure you and your partner are in sync, okay? Um, but if you're in a relationship where you and your partner, you barely see each other, or but you're happy together whenever you do see each other, like there's a lot of relationships out there where some people are married and they don't even live together. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different types of existences, different multiple types of forms of relationships that don't really live up to traditional standards, and that's okay. But just make sure that the people you're with and that you do have a really big part and a big space in your heart for, make sure that you're respectful of them. Okay. Just putting that out there. Okay. So, yeah. So, oh, let me put this here. Um, there is an energy here, card number 26. So there's a number 26 here. You have this lion in the snow. It says deep freeze. Um, and then we have card number 46. So 26 and 46, 8 and 10. Either those two numbers or 26 and 46 could be numbers that you can write down or carry with you when it comes to healing this aspect of your soul's path. Okay. Um, you have coming apart. This is a very Gemini-esque card. Okay. Duality is very important in life. Okay. But there's a part of you in this lifetime, Gemini, where in this life purpose, you do need to kind of separate yourself from a certain pattern of behavior or a certain way of thinking. And that may feel very grueling and may feel like you're ripping a part of yourself and it's very painful, or it feels like you're dying. Like there's a part of you that's dying and it may feel very um unbecoming. You know what I mean? It may just feel very strange and painful, almost like you're losing a relationship with somebody. Let that part go. Okay. um you might find that some relationships, are just not what they were cracked up to be. But with this deep freeze card with the lion in the snow, you never find lions in the snow, right? That's a very strange place to find lions. um but this just means that this is something that is very necessary. So Gemini, as you're moving back and forth between, opportunities in your life, when you're starting to feel a sense of uneasiness, just stop yourself. Just stop what you're doing and just be still for a while. There may be some things that are just not happening, and if you are constantly moving trying to make things happen, that's where the damage is going to start there. Okay, that's where the harm is going to start in your life. If something feels uneasy or something feels like it needs to change, okay, something needs to improve, that's where you need to stop and freeze everything and focusing on that part of your life. Okay. If there is a relationship that is coming together and it might need some time to just kind of sit and marinate for a while, maybe somebody just needs some time to themselves. If you're in a friendship or a relationship with someone, or if it's a family relationship, you might need to just allow that alone time to happen. And it may not feel good at all. There may be someone here who is a lot like you, or you feel that they're some type of a soulmate in some way, or or maybe there's a soulmate in your life that's on the negative front, where you guys may have been alike in the past, but now that you're growing and improving, you realize that you can't really be with this person anymore, or you just can't have a soul path with them anymore, and it just becomes a very bad cycle. You may have a soulmate that becomes your enemy, and it's very difficult for you to pull away from them. But this is why you need this time to stop everything. So if you're doing a bunch of stuff to distract you, Gemini, in this life, and there's a relationship or a part of yourself or a part of your life that is now becoming toxic, too toxic for you to handle, or too toxic for you to even find any form of happiness in it, it's time to stop. It's time to stop and focus on how to remedy this situation. And maybe the remedy is to completely pull yourself away and break up with this individual completely, on a platonic level or romantic level, it doesn't matter. Or maybe you just need some time apart from this person so that way time can mend this situation. before you guys can come back together. So it really does depend. But this life, it's learning the balance between movement and um, hitting the brakes. All right. Two more cards, you guys, for Gemini. Ooh. And their life path, their life purpose. Listen to your intuition, Gemini, always. In this life, never in this life path that you're on, in this soul path, you're meant to learn to follow your intuition, follow your instincts, follow your gut. Do not follow what other people are telling you is true or not true. Listen to advice, but at the same time, sit with yourself first for a while and then determine if that advice is going to improve you or not. Yeah, like I just said, like God. Um, intend and create, and you have mountains, stand your ground. So yeah, Gemini, this is something where there may be those of you, you're easily swayed into a certain direction, and there may be some people who may see you again as aloof, or you're just easily persuaded, or you're easily swayed within a certain direction. But there may be a really tough lesson or a tough choice you need to make in this life that's going to change your life forever, where you need to decide, you know what, I need to take some time out for myself and just put my foot down about something. Maybe there's something that you've been putting up with for so long in your life, and there is something that you need to stop putting up with. You need to stop entertaining it, and it's going to turn your life around completely. Some of you, it already has. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have High Priest, intend and create. So live with intention. Whatever you intend to experience it. Create those opportunities for yourself. Don't wait for them. I don't see Gemini as your person to wait, but there is a lesson here when it comes to patience and needing to, if you intend to be happy in your life and there's a relationship that's no longer making you happy, you need to focus on that intention and figure out how to get that relationship or that pattern out of your life. Okay. One more card, you guys. So yeah, there's going to be some people, or there are some people in your life who have kind of playing you for stupid, and they're not really expecting you to put your foot down and say, hey, I'm not standing for that. No, you can't do that, or I'm not doing that, right? Or that's just not for me, and I'm never going to go in that direction, right? It's okay to say no. And maybe you saying no is something that people are not going to expect, or a person is not going to expect from you, and they may get a bit frustrated with you, but so what? You know what's best for you. Stand firm on that. All right, Gemini. Yep. Okay. A card that fell out is boundaries. We have the card boundaries. I am clear and honest with others about my expectations. So, yeah. So, as you care about yourself and others, okay, and the world around you, as you navigate this world and this life journey, be very firm about what you expect, Gemini, within your relationships, whatever relationship, business relationships, platonic relationships, family relationships, romantic relationships. It doesn't matter. What are your expectations? If there are people in your life who are trying to weasel their way into your life, but they don't want to live up to your expectations, that's a no. That should be a no from you, right? Do not be easily swayed to accept what less than what you expect. You might have some people that you're in a relationship with that are trying to lower your expectations for them to enter. Absolutely not. There are certain expectations in order to gain access to certain buildings and certain venues just in real life. And you're never really, rarely, you're going to find somebody who's like, oh, like, if you're, like, let's say you're entering some place where you're below the age of 21 or below the age of 18, right? Those are the rules. Those are the expectations. We expect you to be above 18 or 21, or at the age of 18 and 21. 18 or above. If you're not 18 or above, you can't, there's no access. There's no exceptions to that rule, right? So there, if people want access to you in this life, learn, Gemini, that they have no access if they do not live up to the expectations. Your entrance fee should be set, and that's it. If people don't have the currency for the entrance fee into your life, they cannot enter. Okay? Life is about relationships a lot of the time. It's about relationship with the earth, a relationship with other people and living beings. Be very selective, Gemini. Don't let people play you for dumb, because you're not stupid. Okay? You're very, very smart. You're very smart. Make sure people understand that. Okay? It makes life a little bit easier when people realize that they can't pull the wool over your eyes. Right? All right. Much love and light to all of you, Gemini. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.